Warm greetings. Today is Wednesday, August 12, 2026. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. At the time of recording this video, it is 7:30 in the morning, local time, in the Eastern Caribbean, where we are closely monitoring the evolution of Invest 92, which continues to show signs of tropical organization, and we will also be monitoring a second tropical wave that also has a chance of tropical development as it moves toward the west-northwest. But this morning I will be focusing on Invest 92, which is forecast to reach the Caribbean during the weekend. And with this video, I am beginning special coverage, meaning that I will be recording at least 2 videos a day to keep you updated on the latest forecast. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to share this content with friends and family so they can stay informed. We can see in the visible satellite animation that Invest 92 continues to show signs of tropical organization, is beginning to show signs of good rotation, and appears to be developing a low-level circulation center. So it is very likely that during the next 48 hours we will already have the third tropical depression of the season and potentially Tropical Storm Cristobal. This is why the National Hurricane Center has been increasing the chances of development, and as of 2 o'clock this morning, they have the chances of development during the next 48 hours at 70% and the chances of development during the next 7 days at 80%. At this time, Invest 92 is surrounded by a good moisture field, so it appears that for the moment dry air should not be an impediment to its continued organization. Although eventually, as it approaches the Caribbean Sea, it will encounter strong wind shear that should significantly weaken the system as it moves across the eastern Caribbean. According to the latest projections from specialized track models, there is good consensus that it will cross the Lesser Antilles between Friday and Saturday, and then pass just south of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic between Sunday and Monday. And notice that the intensity projections show the disturbance strengthening during the next 60 hours, and then beginning a weakening process as it approaches the Caribbean, and the models project that it will cross the Lesser Antilles, probably as a weak tropical storm. And when it passes at its closest point to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, it is expected to be a strong tropical wave, tropical depression, or weak tropical storm. So for the moment, the possibility that it could arrive as a hurricane is ruled out. This is because beginning Friday it will start to feel the effects of strong wind shear moving from the Caribbean Sea toward the Atlantic, and the disturbance will have a battle with this wind shear, which we can clearly see in the projected infrared satellite imagery. For example, beginning Friday, the American model projects that wind shear will start to have effects on the circulation of what will potentially be Tropical Storm Cristobal. And notice that as it approaches the Caribbean, the wind shear basically weakens and dissipates the system into a tropical wave as it crosses the northeastern Caribbean. So at least this is good news, and in fact it appears that it will bring beneficial rainfall to the region, and in general all the models agree with this idea. For example, the ensemble members of the American model all dissipate the future cyclone once it reaches the Lesser Antilles, while the members of the European model also show a weakened system dissipating south of Puerto Rico during the weekend. And we see the same thing in Google DeepMind's model, where few of them develop the disturbance and those that do dissipate it once it crosses the Lesser Antilles. Now, regardless of how strong it arrives, whether as a tropical wave, tropical depression, or tropical storm, it is very likely that the northern half of the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic will receive some tropical storm force wind gusts. For example, the European model projects gusts between 35 and 40 miles per hour affecting the northeastern Caribbean during this weekend. Nevertheless, this wind should not cause major inconveniences. But at least the good news is that the models project good rainfall accumulations. For example, the American model shows between 50 and 75 millimeters of accumulated rainfall for portions of the Lesser Antilles and the Dominican Republic, while for Puerto Rico it forecasts between 2 and as much as 5 inches, particularly in eastern portions of the island, which could be very beneficial for replenishing the reservoirs in the area. And the European model also agrees with this projection. It shows higher accumulations in the Lesser Antilles of up to 150 millimeters, while for the Dominican Republic it shows between 60 and 80 millimeters, and for Puerto Rico it projects between 2 and 4 inches, particularly for eastern portions of the island. Well, that is all for the forecast update. During the next few minutes, the National Hurricane Center will be updating the tropical weather outlook. So continue to monitor social media and the National Hurricane Center's official website. This afternoon I will record a new update for you. And if you like this content, I invite you to give this video a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you receive notifications when I record new videos. I hope everyone has an excellent day. See you later.